Emily Dawson, 24, was a budding artist who lived in a small Californian town. She had always been the independent kind. Her life took an unexpected turn when her mother, Claire, married Richard Harrison, a wealthy businessman, and the two of them had a 27-year-old son named Ethan, a tall, athletic, and gregarious man who had recently returned from a 2-year stint in Europe working as an architect. Claire spent her days painting colorful canvases inspired by the rolling hills and ocean views of her hometown. The day Richard and Cla moved in together, combining their families, Emily and Ethan's lives, came together. Under one roof, their bond was instantaneous, but as unspoken feelings emerged, the distinction between step-siblings became more hazy. When Emily's mother made the announcement, it was a blustery summer afternoon. Emily saw a sleek black automobile pull up the driveway as she peered out her bedroom window. Richard came out first, assisting Cla with her bags, and then Ethan, whose angular features and smooth manner immediately made him stick out, caught Emily's eye through the window and grinned, making her pulse skip a beat. Reluctantly, Emily came down the stairs to meet Ethan's Cla, her hands twitching anxiously as their gazes locked once again. Emily avoided his focused gaze as Ethan held out his hand and said, "Nice to finally meet you, Emily." She knew that life in the Harrison household would be anything but normal because living under one roof meant frequent interactions. Emily was drawn out of her shell by Ethan's laid-back charm and sharp humor, and they ended up spending quiet moments together. Late-night conversations in the kitchen, leisurely strolls about the property, and sporadic looks that lasted longer than necessary. One evening, Emily was painting in her studio when Ethan unexpectedly entered. "I didn't know you were an artist," he said, his eyes sweeping the vibrant canvases. "You're really talented," Emily said, pushing a stray hair behind her ear. "It's just a hobby." Ethan added, coming closer, "This one reminds me of the Tuscan countryside." "You've been to Tuscany?" she inquired. "Have you spent a summer there?" he said nostalgically. During a family weekend getaway to Lake Tahoe, things took a drastic turn one evening when everyone else went to bed. Emily and Ethan stayed by the fireplace sipping wine and sharing stories. "Do you ever feel like you don't quite fit in?" Emily smiled as they talked, feeling a connection that scared and excited her in equal measure. The tension between them increased with each day that went by. Emily asked, always gazing into the flames. Ethan acknowledged, "But I met you later." Before she could say anything, Emily's heart pounded, and she turned to face him, her eyes searching his for answers. Ethan leaned in, his lips brushing against hers in a kiss that sent shivers down her spine. "We shouldn't," Emily whispered, pulling away, though her heart begged her to stay. "I know," Ethan said, his voice laced with regret, "but I can't help how I feel about you." The kiss changed everything. They tried to maintain distance, but the magnetism between them was undeniable. Late-night conversations turned into stolen moments, and every brush of their hands felt electric. They knew their feelings were forbidden, but their hearts refused to listen. One night as a thunderstorm raged outside, Ethan knocked on Emily's door. "Can we talk?" he asked, drenched from the rain. Emily hesitated but let him in. "What are we doing?" "Ethan," she asked, her voice trembling, "falling in love," he admitted, stepping closer, "and it terrifies me because I don't want to hurt you, but pretending this isn't real hurts even more." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes. "I feel the same, but what about our family?" "We can figure it out," Ethan said, taking her hands in his. "All I know is I don't want to lose you." Their secret romance couldn't stay hidden forever. When Richard questioned, "Is there something going on between you two?" During a family dinner one evening, Cla and Richard started to notice the small differences, the lingering glances, and the way Ethan always seemed to gravitate toward Emily. The room grew silent. Before Ethan spoke, Emily and he exchanged anxious looks. "Yes, we didn't plan for this to happen, but it did, and I'm not going to apologize for loving her," he said firmly. "This is unconventional," Cla said carefully, "but if you're both serious, we'll support you with their family's cautious blessing." Richard and Cla were shocked. Openly navigating their relationship wasn't always simple, but Emily and Ethan's love endured. With Ethan's support, Emily's art flourished, and Ethan discovered a sense of belonging he had never experienced before. They turned their once forbidden whispers into a timeless love story, demonstrating that, once the family accepted their relationship, sometimes the most unexpected connections can result in the happiest endings. Although their closest friends were encouraging, some acquaintances and distant family expressed their unease about the unconventional romance, but Emily and Ethan overcame these difficulties and demonstrated that their love was sincere to one another. Emily supported Ethan in a significant architectural project he had undertaken in Los Angeles, contributing innovative ideas that enhanced his designs, and Ethan encouraged Emily to host her first art exhibition in San Francisco. He assisted her in setting up the venue and inviting art critics. When Ethan's ex-girlfriend Marissa came back to town, their friendship was put to the test, but their cooperation made them an unstoppable team. Seeing that Ethan was content with Emily, Marissa made an effort to get back in touch with him by frequently visiting his office while claiming to be a professional. At first, Emily was insecure because she thought Ethan could reevaluate their relationship because of its unique beginnings. Emily confronted Ethan one evening, her voice quivering with emotion. "Tell me right away if you no longer want this, since I can't compete with someone like her." Ethan forcefully grasped her hands. "Emily, you fulfill every desire I've ever had. My past is Marissa, and my future is you." Never question that his assurance strengthened their bond and demonstrated that their love was resilient to other influences. With Ethan's help, Emily's ambition came true as her artwork became well known and her debut show was a huge success. Emily was ecstatic not only because of the success but also because the painting represented the journey she and Ethan had taken together. The proposal one peaceful evening during a walk along the beach where they first shared a heartfelt conversation, when Ethan abruptly stopped, took a small velvet box out of his pocket, and got down on one knee. Her painting Whispers of the Heart, inspired by their love story, became the centerpiece of the show. Critics praised its roar of emotion, and the piece sold for a record amount. Emily nodded yes to Ethan 1,000 times, tears streaming down her cheeks as she said, "You made my house a home, my doubts into dreams, and my life into a masterpiece." Indeed, they will always be happy after their wedding, which was a tiny, private ceremony by the sea attended only by close friends and family. Richard and CLA offered moving statements honoring their marriage as well as the special connection that united their families. Thank you so much for viewing our touching love story. Emily and Ethan demonstrated that love doesn't have to fit into preconceived notions, it can flourish in sincerity and resiliency as they continued to develop their relationship while juggling their careers. If you liked this video even a little bit, please remember to hit the subscribe button and give it a big thumbs up. We know you enjoy watching our videos, but if you haven't done so yet, now is the ideal time to do so. Your support means the world to us and enables us to provide you with more incredible content like this. We hope their journey of love, healing, and redemption touched your heart as much as it did ours. You can join a wonderful community of people who share your appreciation of heartwarming tales and be the first to know when we upload new videos full of inspirational stories and love. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts on this story. We'd love to hear if it made you smile. Did it remind you of someone in particular? If so, please share your thoughts with us. They brighten our day and motivate us to produce even more engaging material for you.